My GB's up, please.
Hello.
Yo.
Yes. Okay, so fatboyNLC.com. I stress this again. I just wanted to get this website stuck in King Sage's head, so when he's done, he can go over there and check it later.
Yes.
So we have King Sage in here, and what's good?
What's poppin'?
Okay, man. So you just were praying.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that. Like, before the interview, you asked me politely if you could pray, and I said, yeah. Then you were like, what type of items did you say you were looking for before you actually said?
I just need like a clean sheet to pray on, because it's like a physical prayer where you literally bow your face on the floor, like, you know how they say, and then Jesus fell on his face and prayed.
Yes.
I can't be outside falling on anything. It's got to be something clean. So like a clean T-shirt with no image, or just like a clean piece of paper or something like that. That's all I really need.
Yeah, because I was lost. I was like, what type of stuff do you need? And I was like, I'm just trying to respect your religious practices. So I was just like, I was trying to offer some things, but I was just like, does it have to be colored? What does it have to be?
No. It's all about just providing a clean environment, because the whole thing is that you can always pray. You can pray whenever you want. You can pray in the train, you can pray in the bus, whatever. But when it comes to like formal prayer, you know what I mean? There's certain things that you do, like, you know, somebody asked me, oh, why do you wash your hands and face before you do a formal prayer? Like, what's the significance in that? If you're praying to God, God's not a person, like, why do you need to do that? And I was like, well, if you wash your hands before you shake someone else's, then why not wash your hands before you do have a formal prayer with God? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really symbolic. It's not really, he doesn't need anything. It's just more of like a respectful way of coming and saying, okay, I'm about to do something formal for what you believe in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
What the hell, man?
No problem.
I'm sorry. Okay, man, so who did you really grow up listening to?
I grew up listening to a lot of different music. My older brother used to play hip hop and alternative. My sister used to play rock and pop. So as far as hip hop, my brother used to play Big Daddy Kane, Eric B and Rakim, EPMD.
Yes.
Nice.
A little bit of LL Cool J, a little bit of Run DMC, obviously, you know, because I'm from Hollis, Queens.
Oh, you from Hollis?
Yeah, born
right
and raised.
around my way.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. I understand.
I understand you now.
I seen him at the park.
What? You seen him at the park playing basketball?
I seen him at the park.
They see me at the park, man.
Have you been playing basketball lately?
I have not been playing basketball.
Which favorite sport?
Football is my favorite sport.
Oh man. So
High school you went to?
But the thing is that I'm that's my favorite sport, but I was never really into sports like, as far as like, you know what I'm saying? I like to play it sometimes, but like I'm always the passion for music was so strong that I could never even like
get into it.
Yeah, the sports thing was like, all right, it's cool, but you know.
But you never, when you were a young kid, you weren't trying to be like me. I was trying to wild out. I was trying to be a scientist, a rapper, a singer. Like I was trying to have all these different occupations and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A scientist, a rapper, and a singer. That's crazy.
Yes, and an astronaut.
That's because he watched a lot of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Shut up.
Bill Nye died, by the way, recently. Do you know that, right?
How you disrespect my homeboy like that?
I'm just saying, though.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Nah, it's never too soon. I'm disrespectful like that.
Okay. It adds some flavor to the whole environment.
Exactly. He's good, man. I'm bad. You know how to go.
Yes. Okay, man. So I watched your video. I still believe, and you were talking about free speech. How important is free speech to you right now?
Oh man. What I said in the song was what I spit is free speech, and the people have the right to choose it. Meaning that I'm gonna be saying some things that are gonna be kind of, you know,
you consider radical.
Yeah, like radical, or just like, oh, this guy got the balls to say this. But like, how do people perceive it? You know what I mean? And it's just like, listen, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I spit free speech, but the people have the right to choose it. So I'm leaving it up to the people to say, yes, we've been waiting for somebody to say this the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Can I curse on Fat Boy Radio?
No.
I should.
No, you can't.
I can't, right?
You get 3 more tries and that's it.
Okay, alright.
If you see my face, I said too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Too much
Continue.
too soon. Okay,
free speech, but like kind of limited a little bit right here.
A few speech words limited, okay.
Your selection of words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, King Sage.
Yes.
So how did you come up with your name, King Sage?
The name came from, well, my last name is Malik, and that means king in Arabic, and then also in Hebrew it's Malik, Malika, Malik, mad easy. Immediately everybody thought I was Latin King. That became a problem. It was like, alright, I don't want people to think I'm like in a group that I'm not really into
you
and stuff.
Wear a lot of yellow during this time?
No, but whatever yellow was just, they're like, yo, you king, right? You king. They're looking at me, giving me like hints and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, I've done something wrong here. So, then this was like maybe like 99, 98.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah, that was the
that was
gang
around the
period.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Weez was heavy. Weez was heavy. It was rough around that time.
So 98, 99 around that time. So I don't know if you remember, but at that time, if you wanted, CDs were still out, obviously big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you didn't buy a CD, you had to rent it. We used to go to the library right there on by the bus terminal.
Yeah.
Right by on Jamaica Avenue, right off Jamaica Avenue.
I know that.
Merrick, and we used to go rent CDs. So I'm in the library. My boy's looking for some CD. I forgot what it was, and I'm just sitting there like whatever, man. And I see some Chinese philosophy book.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there. I'm like whatever. I'll just read it. So I'm looking at it, and it shows the 10 levels of people in society.
Okay.
And number 2 was a king, and I kept thinking, you know, how can number 2 be a king? Number 1 guy in the society is the king. You know what I mean? How can it be? Number 1 was sage.
Sage.
So then I read it, and it said whenever the king doesn't know how to answer a question or handle a situation, he would go to the sage, and the sage would give him the wisdom needed to make the decision. So I just said King Sage, and it just flowed. You know what I'm saying? It just made sense, and it kind of really embodies my character, which is very interesting how that all played out, because my music is all like has a message, and it's just deep. It's really spiritual.
Okay, so what movies have you been a part of?
I did the last one I did was The Dictator. I did Transformers 3. I did Sex and the City 2. And I did a couple of other small like TV show type things. But you know, when shooting movies and stuff, they sometimes never use the footage of a lot of stuff. So, but regardless, I got the credit for it, and the experience was great. And I was able to join the Screen Actors Guild, and that's what defines you as a serious actor. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can be an actor, but if you're part of the Screen Actors Guild, you're a serious actor. They consider you someone who's...
So has there been moments that you were like, yeah, man, I think they used my scene in the movie, and you're like, yo, we're gonna go see this movie. You're like, oh, my part's coming up, and you're like, oh crap, they cut it.
Yeah, they cut it.
That happened to me too.
The closest I think was in Dictator. I was like one of the scientists, and they left some scenes of me in the background or whatever, but still, like the speaking lines were like X.
It's cool, man. It's cool, man.
It's cool because I'm a SAG member, so now that I'm a SAG member, you're already established as a someone who can be taken seriously as an actor. You know what I mean? So once my plan was to use what I have now, which is my music ability, to establish a fan base, and then from there segue into the acting thing and just take it to another level. Okay,
man. So do you see any TV shows or movies that you would like to be a part of? Like, can we see you on your version of 2.5 Men or something? I
need to be shooting zombies on Walking Dead. I just have to be doing it. I love that show. I'm addicted to like zombie anything. My favorite game when I was a kid was Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying? I used to play it like it was nobody's business. Like a whole summer was gone, I was just playing Resident Evil. Like, it's just crazy.
Resident Evil used to scare the crap out of me. I used to play, kill these monsters, come back, and they just jump on you. I played at nighttime, and I'm still scarred. I'm still scarred. Like, there's a new Resident Evil that came out.
Yeah, they got so many ones now. But like,
that's because you're a baby nigga.
What the hell are you saying, nigga, on college radio?
I'm just saying, though.
I don't care. Tomb Raider scared me sometimes. Don't mind them.
Tomb Raider scared you sometimes?
When the wolves used to like...
I think you should just stop. Nah.
Yo,
stop
man, King Sage been crapping on my life for the last 3 minutes,
I'm gonna let's just not...
That's cool. Because he was like, yo, I pulled out my Android. Lefty has identified my phone to be the brick. Right? Or whatever. So I pulled out my phone, and King Sage was like, yo, that's your phone? I was like, am I wrong?
To be fair, I tried to be as light as possible because my phone was whack for the longest. And then Instagram came out and they were like, okay, you need at least an Android or an iPhone to get on it. I didn't have an Android, I had a BlackBerry, and it was like, all right, dude, you gotta get into the Instagram world or you're not a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
So have you been taking some cool pictures recently?
And my first picture was like, yeah, you young dudes got me in your dumbass Instagram world. Thanks a lot.
Like, so was that picture like you in the mirror like this? Like,
and it got mad likes too. They were like, yeah, it's cool. I instantly had like 40, 50 followers like within like 5 minutes of saying that.
Aren't you lucky? I'm still struggling for followers. You need to show me those secrets.
Oh my God, that's another thing. I keep seeing the word lucky all over the place.
You're not lucky. You work for everything that you get, of course.
Trap Boy Radio. Okay, so what else?
Fat Boy or Trap Boy?
I said Trap Boy?
Yeah.
Fat Boy Radio.
You never know. We might be doing some of that trapping on the side.
All right, that's
keep
cool.
it on the low, though.
That's cool.
Okay, man. Like, let's get back to the music, though. You're just an interesting character. You talk about this acting. You recently just had a mixtape sponsored by DJ Khaled.
Yes.
How was that?
Yes. Well, my first mixtape, Roll the Dice, was just me showing everybody that I could rap. You know what I mean? Because being from my background, being Pakistani, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was born and raised in Hollis, Queens, they look at your face. Once they know you're not Spanish or black or whatever, they just say like, okay, well, you're somebody who's, we don't know what to expect. We don't know how to categorize you because we don't know what the hell to categorize you as. We've never seen you before. So we don't know how to look at you.
Still don't know
how do you fit? You know what I mean? So my whole thing was like, listen, first I'm going to just show you that I can rap. Let me just establish this. So my first mixtape was Roll the Dice, dropped it 2 years ago. It was great, won awards, everything. With the little bit of effort I put, I got a lot back. So from that, I was like, the second project got to be even bigger. You know what I mean? So my management at the time was like, well, you know, let's look at different DJs. And Khaled's name came up, and I was like, I don't think we could get Khaled. Khaled is Khaled. Like, how you going to get Khaled? But I did like the idea, though, because of the whole Middle Eastern connection or whatever, just as far as, you know, marketing-wise, it would have been cool. So we gave it a shot. We contacted his management through Twitter. One thing led to another. He liked my work up until that point, and decided to, you know, host the second mixtape.
So once you got your mixtape hosted by Khaled, I know people were running up on you, man. They were like, yo, man, you know Khaled, man?
That was the beginning of the reality of the situation. Like, okay, well, it was funny. My brother said something to me, and he didn't try to be disrespectful, but you're never going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like, yo, these opportunities don't happen that fast for certain people. So if you got Khaled on your mixtape and you promote this correctly and you don't become successful, then it's kind of like you've tried everything. That's what he was kind of saying. You know what I'm saying?
But like when you were like thinking about Khaled, did you think like the messages that you portray in your music and what he portrays like kind of may differ?
If you listen to my mixtape, it's varied. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different stuff on